So we had first moved to Austin in 1999 and moved into Mary student housing. And we were students, we were pretty broke. And when we first moved in the summer of 99, Nathaniel had started feeling sick. I mean, we were taking him to the hospital and couldn't figure out what was wrong with him. And we were new to town, so we didn't have a family doctor. We were taken into the emergency room. We went through different iterations where he'd have bruising or just being sore and weak. And we weren't really getting any answers. So we decided we'd meet my parents halfway between here and Austin, and they would take him to his pediatrician. I was riding the bus back to Mary student housing. I was coming back from a calculus test, and my mom called. She's like, well, the doctor wants him to go see an oncologist. And I'm like, what's an oncologist? And she's like, well, it's a cancer doctor. And it was one of those moments where time kind of freezes and your life changes forever right then.
When you do get that diagnosis for your child, you do realize that you could lose them.
We took him to Houston, brought him to Texas Children's, where he was diagnosed, and then we began his treatment. It upends your entire life, and it becomes your life, and it becomes your identity.
With me, Nathaniel was my running buddy, and we were best friends, hanging out every day. He was my role model. He taught me pretty much everything I knew, from how to walk, how to swim, how to speak. You know, we were inseparable. And with him, I think when Nathaniel passed away, he was around 3. So they didn't have as close as a connection, but Nathaniel still loved him, you know, to death. Was always holding him and playing with him and being a good brother to him.
Yeah, everyone always tells me that Nathaniel loved me to pieces.
Nathaniel was going through his regular treatment, and I saw a sign at the clinic, especially for children. And it was, we've got this Candlelighters group, dinner provided. And I'm thinking, me and the kids were always looking for somewhere to eat, you know, and we were kind of broke. So it was like, hey, why not? We'll go. And so we did. And they had Olive Garden. It's like, this is awesome. And so that's how my and our family experience began with the Candlelighters. One of the things that they did was put on a men's fishing trip that I decided I'd sign up for. And it was really nice. I met a bunch of guys. I'm still friends with them, and it's been 20 years. So, you know, with that, the Candlelighters has been just interwoven into our lives. They're part of the fabric. I don't know what I would have done personally without having them in my life.
We've been to Camp Cliff with Nathaniel a couple times. You know, and we went to Camp Cliff at that time for Nathaniel, for him to go have fun and be around other children that were battling the same disease. And after we lost Nathaniel, we went as a family for the boys.
It's kind of like a hiatus from life to where you can really step back and just go off to a place that's kind of magical with families that are experiencing the same things.
Camp Cliff is where I formed like all of my core memories as a kid. I just loved going every year. And like after we left, I'd be like, Mom, Dad, when are we going back? You know, like I was too young to really understand what was going on with my family. But I always loved Camp Cliff though. I really want to become a counselor so I can be that positive influence on another kid.
Nathaniel, one of his wishes was also to never be forgotten, and I think Candlelighters helps us keep his memory alive.
This is Nash Nathaniel Foster. He's 3.
Childhood cancer becomes a lifestyle, not a very pleasant one. Yeah. And just having the kids be able to have other people that they can identify with. There's so few of us that it's nice.
I think they're probably the best organization I've ever come into contact with. And the fact that they're still supporting us to this day means that they really care about you as people, not just what you're going through.